Hey, we are live. What is up, boyos? Holy shit! What a way to get back into the grind of YouTube. I apologize, by the way, for no live streams or videos or whatever over the summer. It's stuff. But today, Montreal Canadiens news for the first time in a long ass time. Jesperi Kotkaniemi has been offer sheeted by the Carolina Hurricanes. This is arguably the best thing that could have happened in this Kotkaniemi saga, and I'm gonna get to it, but I want to get to the comments first. Techno Junkie, yes, indeed, sir, it is happening. Conservative Floor, it has been offered, but Kotkaniemi has signed it, so that's why they are announcing it. Announcing it is that he has technically signed it. So yeah, Techno Junkie, exactly. It's payback for the from the Canes. Hell yeah, Luca, let's go. Bust hard, boys. Marcus, it's been a long time for sure. Matt Norton, I wouldn't be fuming, man. This is hilarious. Windy City, exactly. Complete troll move by the Canes for sure. Jack Olson, the Sharks are a meme. You're not. Yeah, guys, that $20 signing bonus, we're going to get into it. I mean, hey, NCAA, they have to do something to stay relevant. They can move it any second. I mean, keep in mind, this is a team that almost moved to Kansas City as well. Fuckface, thank you, Tristan. Thank you coming by, man. Fat L by Carolina for sure, high quality. Olivia, definitely, man. Fazio, holy shit. Matt Norton, yeah, it's all in French, exactly, man. Oh, Jacob, that sounds sick, man. All right, so boys, firstly, before we get into that, I do also want to talk about yesterday or 2 days ago, I forget which, Ryan Poehling was extended by the Canadiens. It's a 2-year, $750,000. First year is a two-way. In the AHL, he would make $220,000, but either way, in the NHL for year one, and since it's a solid one-way for next year, he makes $750 league minimum. So that incredible signing, I love it. If Poehling can get into the lineup this year and prove himself to be a really solid fourth-line center, maybe push for a third-line role next year, but given Jake Evans, I don't know if he could do that. I really, really like this signing for the Canadiens. It's a great one. They keep probably could have given Poehling about $1 million or so, but yeah, I think it's great. Windy City, keep in mind, here's the thing. Yes, we'd be over the cap by 2, but that's excluding the Weber. That's excluding the Weber LTIR right now because he's technically not on LTIR. It's technically we still have about $2 million in cap space. So yeah, it's kind of, I don't think we'd have to move someone, but even then I actually did want to bring that up. NZA or Windy City. Thank you for putting that in the chat. The Canes would also apparently be over the cap if the Canadiens match this. So yeah, Matt Norton, you don't have to be mad because here's the thing. Kotkaniemi was offered the contract and he had to sign it. It's not like back in the 70s or whatever, where the players had literally no rights. And if you added, hey, let's go. Hell yeah, TFS. I got the Eric Bischoff going on. Let's go. But Matt, he has to have signed it. Kotkaniemi has to have sat down and thought, yes, I like this contract and signed it himself. So yes, he might be dealing with his father's illness and whatever, but still, he has to have signed it. So it's not like a thing where, hey, we will get you. We do want you. Like the Canadiens, they could have gone after Aho and given him $3 million if they really wanted him. Matt Norton, it's that he has signed it. To announce an offer sheet, they have to have signed it. For example, Mitch Marner, say Philly was a team that offer sheeted him last year or 2 years when he rejected it, for example. Philly couldn't go on Twitter and say, hey, we've signed Mitch Marner to an offer sheet because they're lying. So with this, Kotkaniemi has to have signed it. So yeah, there you go, Matt Norton. There we go. Yeah, Jason, basically it's a way to get payback for the Aho contract, basically. Thenos, how's it going, man? NZA, thank you for babyface Harry, man. I shaved 4 days before. Or I shaved a week and a half ago. Suns, Canes are going to be terrible next year, man. I mean, NZA, I'm glad we offer sheeted Aho, man, for being stupid. What does this mean? TFS, what does what mean? By the way, guys, sorry if I'm yelling into the mic. I have a bit of I have a blockage in my ear because I'm a little bit sick right now. Yeah, I'm a little bit sick right now. It's not Rona, don't worry about it, boys. But yeah, it's just a little common cold. So yeah, I have a bit of ear blockage. TFS, basically, so what it is because we qualified Jesperi Kotkaniemi, which means that we offered him, I think it was 1.8 or something. We have to offer him, I think it's twice the amount that they originally paid. Because Kotkaniemi's coming off his ELC and he's played the amount of games, he's able to be offer sheeted It's the same thing like what happened with Sebastian Aho. He played the amount of games. He was a restricted free agent, which meant that his team retained his rights, but anyone who wanted to go after him would have to pay compensation and draft picks, which is what is happening here. We're going to get to in a few minutes. And so basically, the Montreal Canadiens would have to, because the Canadiens qualified Jesperi Kotkaniemi and didn't straight up sign him off his ELC, teams could offer sheet him, which is what Carolina's done. So they've given him $6 million for 1 year with a $20 signing bonus. Thank you, NCA. But yeah, so basically they gave him this offer sheet and Kotkaniemi sat down and signed it. So now the Canadiens have 7 days to match it or they get the compensation. Conservative lawyer, if Kotkaniemi comes back, what do you mean? Like if he comes back to the Habs after this contract, then technically that can happen. Technically, Montreal could offer sheet Kotkaniemi next year after this year, for example, and KK could be like, oh, I don't like being in Carolina. I want back to Montreal. They could offer him, say, $1 million for 1 year, for example. And Carolina realistically probably wouldn't match it if he doesn't want to play for them. Blah, blah, blah. So technically they could just waste a first and a third. But basically, yeah. I'm saying I don't think Montreal can pay him that much. He's not that good. Yeah, Jason, exactly. Yeah, he's not that type of player, exactly. Which is funny because they only gave him a year. They only give him that 1 year contract. So they're literally just saying, hey, Montreal, this is payback. I mean, we know you gave Sebastian Aho $5 million, which is what we didn't want to do, and you gave him $20 million signing bonuses every single year, and we're going to be bankrupt, and we're going to be a god-awful team in 3 years because we just lost Dougie Hamilton. We massively downgraded our goaltending tandem because Alex Nedeljkovic saved our franchise from missing the playoffs, and blah. But we're going to give your guy $6 million for 1 year. Like, they know Kotkaniemi's not even worth this much because they're only giving him $6 million for 1 year. They're not even paying him for 3 to 5 years. So yeah, exactly, Sons, exactly. Windy, I don't see the Canes being that good of a team. They haven't gotten a replacement for Dougie Hamilton. They massively downgraded their defense, like I said. Sure, adding Kotkaniemi would maybe be a good third line center spot because Jordan Staal is probably still their second line center. But I don't see how this signing would benefit the Canes that well. Wolverine, I think KK's proven himself slightly. He has the potential. It's the pedigree of him being a third overall pick and him having the potential of a pretty solid defensive second line center. Fire Paul Maurice, is that that's not Faggio, is it? Who are you? Fire Paul Maurice already. I don't know if I'm stupid and I just forgot, but who are you, man? But yeah, so getting to this for a second. By the way, guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, Kotkaniemi, exactly, Paul Maurice. Orca, eventually. I'll get to them sometime. Kotkaniemi's offer sheet, like I said, it is a 6 point. Oh, videos of Reddit. Thank you, Palmer. Oh, I should have known you're a Jets fan. Yeah, videos of Reddit. Thank you for coming by, man. It is a $6.1 million offer sheet just for 1 year with a $20 signing bonus. Yes, $20 is the signing bonus. Literally, where's my wallet? Do I have it? Where the hell is where's my wallet? That's not very poggers. Oh, there's my wallet. That is very poggers. Literally, boys, $20 signing bonus. That is the equivalent, if I can get it out here. That is literally the equivalent of one. Actually, I'm gonna literally $10. That's $10 right there. $12. That's $12. $13. $14. That is $14 right there. $16. And then a bunch of loose change that I have. That's $18. Kotkaniemi is worth $2 more than this in signing bonus money. Yeah, it's the signing bonus. Yeah, I'm showing off with all my YouTube money. Actually, no, it was money that I got for my birthday. I still haven't used it. Actually, I may be using it pretty soon on that. No. Seriously, I'm going to be getting probably some games with this because I plan on streaming soon. But that's for a potentially later stream. Jesus Christ. But yeah, exactly Wolverine. He's proving himself in the playoffs, but regular season he definitely needs to be better. Definitely. Matthew, I can't see the Habs using the picks to trade for Eichel. We'd have to probably trade too much. Windy City, unfortunately, I can't look at the Hurricanes Twitter bio just because I have too much open. I have Twitter. I can't look at Twitter because I have Twitter open. I have Discord and Chrome. So, by the way, guys, how does it look? Does the stream look all right? Does it sound good? I want to know. I hope it looks decent at least. But yeah, Wolverine. Yeah, exactly. He just needs to. Yeah, but Matthew, I don't think Habs are going to trade for Eichel because like it could be say our first and the Hurricanes first, both top 10, top 5 protected because it's the Sabres. They don't know value. The third, a second, maybe Byron for the cap dump and something else, for example. I don't think we're going to get Eichel, though. I don't think we're going to get Eichel. I really hope we don't, honestly. Not because I don't like him or anything. I'm just kind of meh on him. But yeah, exactly. What Sun said. They replaced Hamilton with literal cancer and Tony D'Angelo. So, yeah. I come to beans. I like Kotkaniemi. He's only 21. I want to give him a chance. I want to give him with a chance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that Jets jersey I'm gonna buy. Don't send Byron to hell. Hey, Suns, we'd have to send someone as a cap dump. I'd want to send Ben Sherratt, but there's 1 year left. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Oh, 7. We've gained 4 subs this stream. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Thank you for the subs. I think, unless I'm just stupid. I'm probably just stupid. But yeah, boys. The Aho offer sheet in 2019. We're gonna get to that NZA for sure. Is it possible we offer sheet Pettersson? Come to me, it's no chance. No one's offer sheeting Pettersson, in my opinion. Just because of the revenge aspect. Like you look at this, the Hurricanes are being assholes. They're being petty. Offer sheeting Kotkaniemi like this. You know, like even though I love the deal and we're probably gonna match it because it's fucking whatever. It's a 1 year. I think a lot of teams could be like the Hurricanes and look at, hey, they offer sheeted our player. We're going to offer sheet theirs. Like that's why you had so many offer sheets in the 90s. It was like every year you'd have an offer sheet that everyone kind of forgets about now, that there used to be like pretty much an offer sheet every 1 to 2 years. Like fucking not Datsuk. It was Fedorov got offer sheeted by the Hurricanes. Detroit didn't come around. Hey, TFS, thank you for coming by, man. Detroit didn't go around and say, hey, I mean, even though the Hurricanes had no good players at that point, hey, we're going to offer sheet this player, when they're an RFA, like, so like for me, I just see it as kind of a dick move and just kind of like a bitter X, bitter X. It's like, oh, we have to pay this guy $25 million because of you. You're going to have to pay him $6 million. It's like, okay, fuck you. Get out of my face, little goofy guy from Carolina. Who the fuck are you? Wolverine Matthews being on the cover, it's an absolute embarrassment. Matthews disappeared in the playoffs. It was 3-1. He doesn't score in the playoffs. Should have been a superstar skill. Pretty much everything, what everyone else says. I don't know why Price wasn't on the cover. Canucks are going to wait until, probably Clifford. That would make sense, honestly. Clifford, how's it going, by the way? Thank you for coming by to the stream, man. Appreciate it. The Kotkaniemi offer sheet, like I said, $6.1 mil for 1 year and a $20 signing bonus. If it is matched, then we just have to pay Kotkaniemi $6.1 million for a year, obviously. Bro, this is gonna be so weird in GM reunions. What do you mean? Come the beans? Do they do that? Come GM reunions? They should make exactly Sons. They should make him that. I was hoping for Jesus Christ, I just dropped a bit of change. Rip. I was personally hoping for either Barzal, Price, or maybe Kucherov. I could see them putting Kucherov on. Exactly. Teams should just go around offer shooting players. Exactly. Where the fuck's my? Oh my! I just realized my $5 bills dropped on the floor because of the fan that I have going. By the way, sorry you guys can hear that. Randy N, long time no see for sure, man. Yes, this is serious. The Hurricanes. If you look on the Hurricanes official Twitter account, believe me, I thought this was fake at first. Anyone's in my sim league probably saw the messages, but it's legit. What's up with the hair, Randy? It's just like this. It's kind of the same as it was last month. It's just grown in. Teams should just go around offer shooting players, make it just enough that the teams will match, but it's more than they're probably worth. Exactly. Fire Palmers. Exactly. I'd say Kotkaniemi's probably worth about 2.5, roughly 2.5. So like they're definitely overpaying, but they know he's not worth that. So it's only for 1 year, so it doesn't really work. Mad Mike, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. Wolverine definitely offer she should have more often. Harry, is it No, it's 6.1 million for 1 year, and the bonus is $20. It's not 20 million. It's $20, Daryl. A $20 signing bonus. That is the signing bonus for Kotkaniemi. Yeah, if it's matched, like I said, Kotkaniemi, it's 6.1 million for a year if we match it, and literally could probably pay him his signing bonus as soon as he gets to the building. Just here's your $20. Do we know if come the beans? I don't think we do. Can you say Petey? Petey. Petty. Oh, I can say both Petty and Petey. I'm illiterate though, so I don't know which one is which. No, we don't know if Kotkaniemi refused any offers from Montreal. Actually, it would have been reported. And if the trade is not matched, the Habs will get a 2022 first and a 2022 third. Am I dumb? A 2022 first and a 2022 third from Carolina. So essentially, we couldn't get a top 10 pick, pretty much. And in this draft, it's pretty damn stacked. So, yeah. Kotkaniemi will obviously be a pending RFA at the end of this contract because it's a 1 year. He's 21. He hasn't reached the qualifiers to be a UFA after a 1 year deal yet. Harry, would you let Kotkaniemi go? Daryl, yes and no. I'm gonna get to that in just a little bit, but I have some notes I want to get through. I've been better, triggered myself into thinking, oh shit, man, Mike. Hopefully that all gets better. Exactly, Fire Palmers. Frame the $20 bill. Don't even spend it. Just frame it. So now, before we talk about KK's potential and what the offer sheet means or whatever, I want to look at his career stats. He's only played 3 years. Yeah, I can't speak, apparently. I want to get into his career stats. He's only played 3 years in the NHL, but 2018-19 came in his rookie year, fresh off getting drafted, played 79 games, 11 goals, 23 assists for 34 points. He had 26 penalty minutes and a 45.73% face-off ratio. Face-off rate, sorry. Obviously not great at face-offs, not amazing. Decent PIMs, pretty good, pretty respectable stats in my opinion for a guy who realistically should have played in the AHL for his first year and maybe should have come up in 1920, for example. But yeah, respectable, really good. I believe he was 7th in Calder voting, I believe. So yeah. 1920, very, very, very rough for Kotkaniemi. He only plays 36 games, 6 goals, 2 assists for 8 points. He has 23 PIMs and 42.81 face-off percentage. He gets sent down to the AHL after, I believe, 31 or so games. He ends up playing at the end of the year. But he's sent down to the AHL, performs very well. I don't have his AHL stats, actually. Unfortunately, I should have gone back and looked at that, honestly. I probably should have. But yeah, so he's sent down to the AHL, and he's called back up. In the 1920 playoffs, he plays 10 games, that being the qualifier, the 4 games against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the 6 games against the Philadelphia Flyers. He has 4 goals, no assists, but 4 points. Those 4 goals in 10 games, not bad. If he had, say, 2-3 assists, then he has 7 points. He's near a point per game. Still, 4 goals, roughly half a goal per game. I think that's pretty good. He has 23 PIMs, though. Keep in mind, a lot of those PIMs are from the incident that happened with the Flyers player. I think he got 15 PIMs out of that. I think he got a 10-minute game misconduct and a 5-minute roughing, I think. So technically, it's only roughly 8 PIMs. But yeah, had the same amount of PIMs as the regular season as the playoffs in 26 less games. Had a 33.78 percent on faceoffs. Definitely not good. He's definitely not a great face-off guy. He is meant more as a winger. However, because he is more defensive, he does play the face-off, play the center game more. I do think Kotkaniemi is a really solid defensive guy. He's not like really solid, but I do think he's a good defensive player, and I think he's just going to get better as he gets older, in my opinion. I would be excited for the first-round pick. NCAA, that not every draft is going to have a Logan Mailloux. And if they do, not every Logan Mailloux situation is going to come out right away. Yeah, the Canes, yeah, we do a little bit of tomfoolery. Exactly, high quality. In 2021, he plays all 56 games. He stays incredibly healthy. Only 5 goals, 15 assists for 20 points. So he's on pace in a full season for right around 27, 20, 28 points, something around there. Only 12 PIMs. So in about a roughly 65% of the season, he only gets 12 PIMs, which is good. 47 .91 face-off percentage. So it definitely goes up from last year's playoffs, and it definitely goes up from last year a whole 5%, 5.10%, 5.1% actually. Then in the 2021 playoffs, 19 games played, he has 5 goals. So in 9 more games, he only has 1 more goal than last year's playoffs. But he adds 3 assists. He has 8 points in 19 games. I thought he was pretty good, actually. I thought he was actually pretty good. I really liked Kotkaniemi for the first and second round when he played. I really liked when he got into the lineup. Yeah, and then he had a 49.35 faceoff percentage, which obviously isn't amazing. It's not lighting up the league, but I think that's good. For him to improve his faceoffs like that, I think it does show he is getting better at the faceoffs, and if he can just learn that, I think he will be a really solid second-line center. But keep in mind, he also would get moved to the left wing and right wing often, actually, and he was scratched at the beginning of the run. I think he was scratched for only the first game, actually. And then he was scratched further along the line. I believe in the Tampa series, he got scratched for 2 or 3 games. But he was moved to the right wing and left wing when Galley got hurt. Not Galley. It was when Tatar was scratched and when I forget who got injured, but when they got injured, Kotkaniemi would come up into the wing. So that's why his faceoffs was probably higher than it would have been. But yeah, so the Kotkaniemi, those are his career stats. Overall, not bad. His rookie season is definitely his best thus far, but I do think that it's more so because he had to play top 6 minutes in his rookie year because we had literally no one in 2018, 2019, aside from maybe Plekanec. But even then, I think that was the year he retired after playing to his 1,000th game. And next year, he is probably going to have to play second line center if we match this, which we will, spoiler alert. But yeah, he's probably going to have to play second line center, in which he probably will have, I don't want to say a breakout season. I don't think he's going to have 30 goals, 60 points or whatever, but I think he's going to have around a pace of what his rookie season was, maybe 40 points. I think he will show that he is getting better, in my opinion. I got a couple questions to get to. Harry, I would let KK go for that money and try to get Eichel. Daryl, you'd have to pay a lot to get Eichel. If you match that offer, you'd have to trade both that first and third from Carolina, your own first most likely, your own second this year potentially, or a future second. And in a stacked draft class, if you do decide to not match the Kotkaniemi offer, then you probably want to keep those picks, because I personally would rather have 2 really solid picks rather than 1 great pick in Eichel, for example, you know? But yeah, you'd probably have to give up those two firsts, a second, a third, most likely, 2 roster players, aka Byron and Sherrod, for example, and probably a prospect or 2, because that's what Eichel has been asked by the Sabres. That's what teams who have been offering on Eichel have been asked to give up. His thing has probably obviously gone down by now, but like still at $10 million, I don't think you're going to be getting. I don't think I'd want Eichel personally. Peg City Hockey, holy shit, Peg City. It's been a long time. Thank you for coming by, man. Well, it's been a long time since I've streamed, so you haven't really been able to come by that much anyways. Love this for the memes. Same here. The $20 signing bonus. Like, come on, how is that not a meme? But Jesus Kotkaniemi is not worth that price tag. Definitely not. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love the dude. Me too. I think he's only getting better. But Peg City, definitely. If I'm the Habs, by the way, guys, again, sorry if I'm yelling to the mic. I have blocked ears, so yeah. It sounds like to me, like, for example, if I talk here, it sounds like I'm talking a little bit lower and you guys won't be able to hear me. So then I have to overcompensate. So I'm probably yelling when I don't have to. So I'm sorry. But yeah, I love Kotkaniemi as well. I think he's definitely getting better as well. But definitely those draft picks look really tempting, especially in a stacked ass draft class like this. So yeah, those picks definitely look tempting. But personally, if I'm the Canadiens, I do think he just easily match it personally. I'm gonna skip to here. Techno Junkie RDS, the French TSN has a good theory for the $20 signing bonus. 20 is the jersey number of Aho. Techno Junkie, that could be a good theory, but I think it's because they have to pay Sebastian Aho $20 million a year, because it's I think it is $20 million signing bonus. So they're only giving Kotkaniemi $20 as a reference to the $20 million signing bonus. So that's probably why. It's probably that, and that 20 is Aho's jersey number. So yeah. G's price not protected. Logan Mailloux, whatever the fuck this is, the offer sheet. Duran coming back this season making the finals. Weber probably retiring. Yeah, I come to the beans. It's been a crazy offseason for Habs fans. Exactly, you know. Like you said, Price not being protected, Logan Mailloux, which I'm really glad I didn't go live for that, honestly. Durant coming back, which I probably should have gone live for. Making the play finals, which obviously I did. Weber retiring. Yeah, we're making headlines every year, it seems. Sorry. Joe Habs, it is $20. That is the signing bonus. $20. If it's going to happen, my only hope is that Carolina will be shit, which they probably will be. So our draft pick would be high. If we suck as well, then we could have 2. Exactly, NCAA, exactly. Like, obviously Canadians, after making the finals, are going to want to contend, or they're going to want to get back to the Cup finals, obviously, which is why we brought in guys like Savard and Perreault and whatever, these guys with veteran experience. But yeah, if we do suck and Carolina sucks, which is almost a given they got Freddie Anderson and Antti Ranta in net and didn't bring back Alex Nedeljkovic, then yeah, we're definitely going to they're definitely going to be shit in my opinion. So yeah, I think the draft pick is definitely tempting. I really, really do like Kotkaniemi, so I could see it going either way personally. Matt and Mike, yeah, I think Bergevin matches as well, but like I said, it could go either way. If Bergevin's playing 40 chest, he probably could see into the future and see if Carolina gets first overall or if they get 31st overall. Who knows? And if it's gonna happen, I just read that, and rather a bad one. TBH, we lost. I wouldn't say we lost a lot of good players. Dano and Perry are kind of the only real notable ones that we lost, in my opinion. I'm gonna miss Koki. Yeah, Zachary. Yeah, I'm gonna miss KK definitely if he doesn't get matched. I'll miss him for sure. But yeah, I mean, hey, Carolina wants to be fucking dumb and overpay $4 million for Kotkaniemi, then hell yeah. I mean, fuck it. To have him. Yeah, come the beans. Yeah, the new Spider-Man movie. That's going to look awesome, man. That's going to look awesome. Exactly, conservative. Yeah, exactly. Don't trade for Eichel. We'd probably still have to give up one of Kotkaniemi or Kotkaniemi, Suzuki or Caulfield. Yeah, the Nedeljkovic trade Suns, I don't get it either. They don't want to give Nedeljkovic $3 million, but then they're giving Freddie Anderson $5 million. Like it doesn't make sense. Joe Habs, yeah, exactly. It's only a 1 year, $6.1 million with a $20 signing bonus. Like, I'd go for it. Because Kotkaniemi probably knows it's payback. He's not going to. I don't think at the end of the season, if we match it, he's gonna look and say, "Oh, I just got paid 6.1. I want 8 now." He's gonna look and be like, "Hey, I got paid 6.1. I just wanted money for the. It was only a 1 year, and sit down with the Canadiens." Yeah, Zachary. Yeah, scored that overtime game 6 winner. Love that goal, man. Love that goal, and of course. I think he had like 3 games. I think he had a 1 game winning goal in the playoffs. I forget. I was going to look it up. I was going to put down his game winning goals, but then I saw the regular season. I was like, nah, it's not worth it. And I completely forgot about playoffs. But yeah. So I have a couple notes that I want to write down. I feel like Talking Habs. I feel like Rick from Talking Habs because I keep saying like, oh, I have notes I want to get to. Kotkaniemi, in my opinion, still has really good potential to be a second line center. I just think he needs to improve his scoring a little bit. His scoring touch slightly isn't there. I really like it, but yeah. And he's very inconsistent at times. Sometimes he'll go off and he'll have, for example, this isn't exact what he had, but say, for example, 8 points in 6 games and then have 5 points over 14 games, for example, which is still not bad, but just very inconsistent, So, yeah. Gabriel, no problem, man. I haven't been streaming in a long time anyways. Joe Habs, we do have room for him in the lineup because here's the thing. I'm going to go to Cap Friendly right now. I'm going to go Cap Friendly, and I just realized what I technically could do is... Oh, please. Guys, can you still see me? Let me know. Can you guys still see me? I hope so. Customization? Ah, damn it, I can't. Because what I was going to do is if you guys couldn't see me or could see me, or if you guys could still see me, I was going to try and change my camera because I would have just done it on my PS3 so you guys could see. Don't ask how. But yeah, if I can find where the Montreal Canadiens are. There we go. Here's the thing. I do think we still would have room in the lineup for Kotkaniemi. Not for the Habs. Oh, for the Hurricanes. Yeah. Okay. Hey, everyone. So do they have the cap space to match? Right now, I'm going to load up both Carolina and Montreal, and I'm going to try and give lineups for if we match and if not. Yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, personally, I wouldn't be mad because we get the first and third, but I would love if we matched because I really do like Kotkaniemi. I think he's a really good future second line center for the Canadiens, in my opinion. Bergevin gonna get a burnout? What do you mean? Come the beans. If that's NCAA, that's you. I probably would have done the same. I would have said like, hey, $6 million for 1 year. probably going to match. I get paid either way. Hell yeah, I'm down for that, We also offer Kotkaniemi 1 year for $2 million. I mean, if we did that, I understand why he took Carolina's offer. Is he on? Oh, no. Damn, Cap Friendly hasn't updated their page yet. Damn. So, wow. Get bent, Cap Friendly. You're not up to date to the second. They have $4.5 million in cap space. Whoever that Dan Roy. Dan Roy, by the way, welcome back, Dan Roy. I feel like I've been streaming so much that I'm just casually welcoming back people, and I haven't even been live for a month. But yeah, Dan Roy, they have $4.5 million, so they would have to clear cap space. However, this is with Ian Cole. This is with Brendan Smith on their roster. This is with Steven Lawrence, who's not even going to play. This is with Josh Levo. Actually, no, Josh Levo is probably going to play. Yeah, this is with Josh Levo on their thing. So they probably would have the cap space. They'd be very, very strapped to the cap, though, if they do match. Unless there's a trade, because there could always be a trade, because Carolina's not going to sign Kotkaniemi and then all of a sudden be like, oh shit, no, we're over cap. Like, there has to be something, okay, if we get Kotkaniemi, we're going to do this, and we have this worked out, blah, 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 so yeah, there's kind of that in my opinion. Yeah, exactly, Joe Habs as well. Teams can go over 10% over the cap in the offseason. It has to be fixed by the regular season, though. So I'm going to get to my notes, and then I'm going to create lineups for both teams as if how they are right now. So, yeah, obviously this is clear payback for Aho's offer sheet, judging by the $20 signing bonus. It's a reference to the $20 million that Carolina has to pay Aho every year, and 20 as I forget who it was mentioned being his thing. Nah, Joe Habs, fuck that. No, don't trade Drouin. You never fucking trade Drouin. Jesus, Drouin's one of our best. He's our only playmaker, pretty much. Again, the only difference is Carolina was stupid with their offer sheet. Like I said, not nearly as much of a signing bonus. It's not long term, and it doesn't bring the player to UFA status. It's literally like being 6'4", 245 pounds, picking on someone that's like 5'4", or that's like 5'2", 110 pounds, and just being like, hey, give me that, that's mine. Or whatever, like a lollipop, and then them coming back and saying, well, you know what, this is mine, and then just like punching you in the gut. It's like, it's not gonna hurt, it's literally doing nothing to you. Just join, not sure if you're already predicted if he stays or Carolina gets him. Reese, thank you for coming by to the stream. Firstly, thank you for clicking. What do I think happens? Personally, I could see it going either way, and I'm not gonna be one of those people that just says, oh, I think you go either way, and then just not give an answer. But I do think it go either way. Either Montreal matches and we put him in the lineup, or Carolina matches or we decline, Carolina gets them, and they have to trade someone or do something. If I had to give a concrete answer, I think Montreal is going to look at those draft picks, really be interested in them. But in the end, I do think they are going to match the Jesperi Kotkaniemi offer sheet, and I think Kotkaniemi is going to get paid $6.1 million with a $20 signing bonus. That almost got dangerous. And remain with the Montreal Canadiens, personally. Joe Habs, I don't think you could buy out Paul. I think you could probably find a trade for Paul Byron, honestly. Because here's the thing. Yes, Montreal has no cap space. But here's the thing. Is Weber's on LTIR. Byron is currently on LTIR for the first 5 months of the season. I forgot about that, actually. Carl Alsner is on his buyout, yes. But here's the thing. $11 million in cap space, and I wanted to bring this up because I forget whoever mentioned it. $11 million in cap space because of that. We have about roughly $5 million in cap space with that. So yes, when Byron comes back, that's $2 million, but we still have plenty of cap space to utilize, I think I worked it out on Cap Friendly, just move Weber. Mad Mike, that's what Montreal is doing. Weber's career has ended and Byron's hurt for the next 5 months, so yeah. If they do keep him, do you think they need to make a move or two? Reese, that I just accidentally answered your question. No, I don't think they'd have to make a move then, because like I said, the cap space with the LTIR, with the long-term injured reserve in play, we'd have plenty of cap space. Joe Habs, if you're looking on Cap Friendly, if you're looking at projected LTIR used, don't use that. It's the sum of cap space the team exceeded the ACSL by a negative value, accumulated cap space. Okay, so basically scroll down, look at injured reserve. That's $11 million that is freed up For some reason, Cap Friendly doesn't have it to where it's like, okay, at the top, this is the amount of LTIR used. So yeah. Canes are having fun trolling us, but let's remind us that they yeah, exactly, NZA. Yeah. Bergevin considered it, but went, never mind. Yeah. Yes, Suns, Byron to the Isles. Yes, exactly. Harry, not sure if it's true. Seeing on a site, Habs are gonna let him go. Daryl, what site is that? Because I don't think any team would have gotten, or any site would have gone on that like immediately. Like that'd be really well known then. In my opinion, it's a win for us. Exactly, Gabriel. That's what I was gonna bring up in a second. But yeah, so Aho's offer sheet is obviously much more deadly than Kotkaniemi's again. Though it's a $1 million. Yes, KK's overpaid by $4 million, but it's only for 1 year again. And even if we don't match, we get picks. So yeah. And again, it's a win-win for Bergevin or the Canadiens. Either he matches and just has to overpay Kotkaniemi for a year, or he lets Kotkaniemi walk to Carolina and he gets more picks to either use for trades or to draft with them. So yeah, if Carolina does get him, do you think Habs make a move for a top 6 center because their center would be really bad? Reese, just looking on Cap Friendly right now, our center depth will currently consist of Nick Suzuki, Jake Evans. I don't know why I list Cole Caulfield as a center. I see him as a right wing, left winger. Cedric Paquette. I feel like Matthew Perreault could probably transition back to center. And because he's not here for some reason in the minors, Ryan Paling is he? Yeah, Ryan Paling. But we would also have Cam Hillis. So here's my thing. I look at the Canadiens and I don't see our center depth being god awful because Dom Ducharme is the head coach, obviously. His style of play is to roll all 4 lines. He doesn't have a first line and a fourth line. He has 4 first lines, but pretty much, for example, so he rolls his lines. So having a superstar first line center isn't going to matter when they're playing as much as your fourth line, for example. So for example, obviously like Nick Suzuki on the first line, for example, is going to get more ice time than, for example, say Cedric Paquette on the fourth line. It's probably going to be about a 3-minute difference or so. So yes, our center depth being Nick Suzuki, Jake Evans, probably Ryan Paling, and Cedric Paquette, for example, would be bad. I don't necessarily know if Bergevin would want to trade for someone because let me look. Oh yeah, Drops. Thank you. Yeah. Perreault, can't play center. Years back. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, man. Can't come to the beans. I do remember when you told me Perreault would be good for the Habs. I remember when you told me that, man. But let me look at pending. Let me look at current unrestricted free agents that are centers. Positions, center. So if I can sort this, update results. Yes, please. So if I can look at this. So we currently have David Backes, who's gone, whatever. Brendan Dubinsky, I think he's retired, actually. So yeah, let me actually, instead of going by, can I go by points? Yes. All right. So looking at UFAs who played last year and had points, Travis Zajac is still a free agent. Tyler Bozak is still a free agent. Casey Cizikas, he's going to the New York Islanders. Eric Stahl, we could bring back Eric Stahl. He didn't really mesh that well in Montreal, but we theoretically could bring him back. Artem Anisimov, whatever. Tyler Ennis, no. Franz Nielsen, yeah, no. So that's those guys. They're all older guys, but I would take a brain check on Tyler Bozak. I would maybe want to get Tyler Bozak personally. I would maybe consider that. Joe Habs, you can't offer sheet a center you can't offer sheet Pettersson. Pettersson is going to cost way too much, in my opinion. Yes, Jason Teal, here's the thing. Yes, not only one season of 6.1, his qualifying offer the next year starts at 6.1, but here's the thing. His qualifying offer would be 6.1. We can sign him beforehand. We can choose to sign Jesperi Kotkaniemi, or we could look at that. I'm pretty sure we could look at that and still offer him less if we don't qualify him, if we sign him beforehand, right? Looked at wrong. They said Habs should let go. Okay. Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate it, man. Take Zajac, he's balls. Really, Sons? You didn't like Travis Zajac? I mean, Zajac had 20 points in 46 games. He seems like he's a decent third line option, but yeah. Jason Teal, why would he take less? Because he could. Because he probably will. Because think about this, Jason. Why would Kotkaniemi say, okay, no, my qualifying offer is 6.1 million. I want 6.1 million, only for him to be sitting in RFA status because no team is going to want to pay him $6.1 million. You get what I mean, Jason? Why would anyone give Kotkaniemi 6.1 million unless he proves it. Unless this year, for example, he does come out and he scores, say, 25, 30 goals and 60, 70 points, for example, which I don't think is going to happen, but it could. Anyone could break out this year, you know? But, yeah. And Galchenyuk as well, Joe Habs. Exactly. Thank you, man. Alex Galchenyuk, he's still a free agent. He's a center, I'm pretty sure. He plays left wing and center, so, yeah, he's available. I actually want Eichel now, and this is not a joke. Hey, NCA, man, I hate Eichel. No, I hate Eichel. I don't like Eichel, so I wouldn't want him. But, yeah. Yeah, like just looking at left wingers that are currently available. Ryan Donato, who's a left wing and plays center. Riley Sheahan plays left wing and center. Alex Galchenyuk, he's 27, plays left wing and center. Mark Jankowski, who I think is decent. I think he's a decent option. He plays left wing and center. Patrick Marleau, who obviously is cooked. He's probably should just retire at this point. He's a left wing center. Andy Andronoff, elite first-line talent, somehow still unsigned. Okay, no, but seriously. Yeah. Exactly, Sons. Eichel is overrated. Exactly. And yeah, exactly. Conservative lawyer. I agree with you, man. Will it bite Canes in the butt if Habs don't match? Absolutely. Because then, like Jason brought up, they'd have to... Jason, it's not that he obviously wants out. It's that he's dealing with his father's illness. And yes, I know, why didn't he just sign with the Canadiens then? Because he probably wasn't just looking at... He probably wasn't looking at at offers for the Habs yet, where the Habs were probably just being like, hey, take your time. We'll sign you before training camp. Why are we to speculate what's going on with his illness and why the Habs haven't offered him a contract? You can't say he obviously wants out or is greedy. Like I said, his father was dealing with an illness, apparently. Habs could have just been like, hey, take your time, Jesperi, we'll be here for you, whatever. Luca, and then when Vancouver matches Pettersson's offer sheet, what do you do? What do you do then? TBC, yeah, the offer sheet's revenge for Aho, except it's far worse because it doesn't benefit, because it doesn't hurt the Montreal Canadiens long term. Harry, will it bite? I just read that. Yes, definitely, because then they have to give him $6.1 million most likely. So yeah. And then right wingers. There's surprisingly no right wingers that also play center. But yeah, and then obviously there's no defenseman who plays center because why would that happen? But yeah, so again, yeah, exactly. NZ 2 years later, Vancouver offer sheets Caulfield until he takes $3 million for 6 years because Caulfield loves playing in Montreal, and don't you guys fucking forget it. Either way, this is the least of what I expected. Yeah, TBC, me too, man. Like I did not expect this offer sheet. Jason Teal, why take the picks you get in return and flip for Dvorak? Why would you give Phoenix a top 5 pick just to grab Christian Dvorak, who's not even really all that great? Like, I don't know if it's just because nobody watches Arizona games, but I've not heard shit about him. Or sorry, excuse me, the Tempe Coyotes. Excuse me, the Tempe Coyotes. Isn't Christian Dvorak RFA? Dvorak's getting paid $4.45? Fuck that. Marcus, Carolina's turning into Team Finland. Exactly, TBC. I don't think it's a good move for the Hurricanes, Marcus. Like, sure, if they don't, like, sure, if we match it, then, okay, we don't get first and third. But still, like, what's the point of them offer sheeting Kotkaniemi if they're going to have to give him $6.1 million after this year? And if his qualifying offer would be 6.1, why not just give him that 6.1 for 5 years? Why not just give him that 6.5 mil for 4 or 5 years? Because they know that Kotkaniemi is not going to get 6.1 million from the Montreal Canadiens next year. Exactly, NZA. They don't give the fuck. They don't give a fuck about Kotkaniemi. If they get him, they're gonna. Honestly, I kind of want Bergevin to say, "Hey, fuck you. You can have him." Because sure, we might be bad next year, but we have our fucking first. We have our first next year. And if we have their first when they're going to be god-awful because they have fucking Freddie Anderson and Antti Ranta in net, then we're going to be laughing because we might have 2 top 5 picks. We might have 2 superstar talent, franchise-level talent. And all we gave up was Jesperi Kotkaniemi and nothing because one of the picks was our own. Jason Teal, I don't think Christian Dvorak is any better than Kotkaniemi. Like, sure, like, okay, yeah, 15 goals, 18 goals, 17 goals, but he's playing in Arizona. Also, we just gonna ignore 18, 19, 20 games played, 2 goals, 7 assists. Dude seems a little bit injury-ridden. Plus, not only 9 games and the 3 points, he's not really that big of a playoff guy. Yeah, Habs Guru, I'd love to let them overpay, but I mean, like, come on. Fucking Kotkaniemi's not going to want $6.1 million again next year. Yeah, Dvorak Asal, he's a little overrated. TBC, yeah. How is he? Like, is he a face-off guy? Is he just a face-off guy, pretty much, who can score? Because if that's the case, you can go out and trade for someone much better at that, you know? Like, yeah, you could have kept Philip Deneau, whatever, but, like, still, exactly, he didn't want to come back to Montreal. He rejected $5 million to just take $5 in LA to get overpaid by the Los Angeles Kings. So, yeah. Dvorak, so Dvorak's the type of guy that gets carried by the players around him then. Jason Teal, but yeah, sure, in Montreal he should be better, but who does he play with, Dvorak? Does Dvorak play with Phoenix's best players? I don't know why I clicked on Cap Friendly. I should have clicked on the Tempe Coyotes. Like, Dvorak, does he play with Clayton Keller, Phil Kessel, Lawson Krause? Does he play with their good players? Or is he on a second line with someone like Nick Schmaltz, you know? Yeah, sure, Jason Teal. Yeah, Tempe sucks, but, like, still, who is he playing with? Because if he's playing with Dvorak, if Dvorak's playing with Keller, I just fucking lost the dude. Where is he? And like Lawson Krause or like Phil Kessel, then like, yeah, that's a kind of a mute point because then he's decent. Exactly. Yeah, TBC. Yeah, okay, a good supplementary guy. Exactly, not a guy who can carry a line. It's exactly that's kind of what we need. Like we need a guy who can carry the Gallagher line. Jason Teal, he doesn't play with them. Who does he play with then? Because if he did, Clayton Keller is coming off a 35-point season in 56 games. Lawson Krause is coming off. I think Lawson Krause is actually pretty decent. Lawson Krause is coming off, 4 goals, 13 points. Yeah, actually, he's much worse than I thought. But he's only like 22, right? Yeah, he's 24. Yeah, fucking Krause is a bust. Jesus. And then Phil Kessel, the hamburger man, obviously 20 goals. Ignore what I just said. 20 goals, 43 points, 56 games, obviously. So, like, Jason, yeah, Kotkaniemi doesn't carry shit, but at least Kotkaniemi is 21. He's young. He's got talent. Dvorak's already 25. He's not going to improve that much better than he is right now. He's not going to be that much better than right now. Yes, Sons. Exactly. Hot dog man. Thank you. But yeah, guys, as I was going to bring up, Kotkaniemi is this thing is a win-win for Bergie. Either he matches and overpays Kotkaniemi for a year, or that's Kotkaniemi walk to Carolina, exactly like I said, and gets more picks. So, yeah. And now I'm going to create lines for both Montreal and Carolina with Kotkaniemi in the line. I'm not going to do without him because it'll just be tough. So if Montreal retains Jesperi Kotkaniemi, I think it's pretty obvious the first line. And keep in mind, for Montreal, when I say first line, second line, whatever, there really is no first line because all our if Ducharme's running with the same type of strategy he did last year, then all the lines are going to get the same amount of ice time. Logan Hacker, how's it going, man? Joe Habs, yeah, Montreal probably is going to. Exactly, NZ. Yeah, Kane's GM is Kanye East, probably. Anyone who's in the Sim League knows that reference, most likely. But yeah, so the first line is, in my opinion, I think more than likely Drouin, Suzuki, Caulfield. Here's the thing. I know people are going to be like, oh, you're immediately putting Caulfield in the first line. Why would you do that? A, Caulfield played great last year. Caulfield came in the lineup, and he was really, really solid. B, again, there's no real first, second, third line or whatever, so technically you consider the Suzuki line the fourth line if you wanted. And C, him and Suzuki have great chemistry. Drouin and Suzuki have great chemistry. They all click incredibly well, in my opinion. I really like what those guys bring together. Second line. All right, second line. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, but I think you go Toffoli, KK, and Gallagher. I know Toffoli, KK, Gallagher, those guys haven't really played together, but here's the thing. Kotkaniemi's defensive. Galley's that net front presence, and Toffoli's a sniper. Toffoli realistically would kind of carry that second line. But here's the thing. I do think he'd be great. I do think he'd be really good. Okay, that makes no sense. I just wanted to meme him because we all hate him. What do you mean, NZA? Oh, Kanye East. Actually, no, it does kind of make sense. I know that one too well, Harry. Unfortunately, Minnesota in the Sim League. I don't know that team as well as my double. Yeah, no problem. Jason Teal, you can't say Drouin sucks when he's a consistent playmaker. He's getting paid $5.5 million. And keep in mind, he left for personal reasons this past season. He was on pace in a full 82-game season for about 40 points, 45 points. He's not bad. Last year, 15 points in 27 games. Dude had 15 points in like 13 games, and then he got injured. His wrist has been bothering him. You can clearly tell. And last year in the playoffs, 7 points in 10 games. Drouin, and I'm going to repeat this so you people understand this, and I've gotten on about this for Drouin. He's a playmaker. Yes, he had a 20-goal season. I feel like he had a 30-goal season, but no, yes, he's had a 20-goal season. He's had an 18-goal season, but he's a playmaker. Notice when he has 20 goals, 32 assists, 33, first season, 4 goals, 28 assists, 32 assists, 33 assists, 35 assists, 21 assists. And keep in mind, if he plays the full 82 games, he probably has about 30 assists. Last year, 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points in 10 playoff games. Why was nobody bitching about Drouin only having 1 goal then? How come it's only this season? Jason, you can't say he's the worst defensive player in the league when fucking Mike Hoffman exists. You can't say he's the worst defensive player in the league when Jack Eichel exists. You can't say he's the worst defensive player in the league when Tony DeAngelo exists. You can't say he has the worst work ethic. You can't say he has the worst work ethic. Jesus, I can't speak. Oreo guy, I think we'll match it probably. I think we're probably going to match it. But yeah, and then obviously the first line, Drouin is the playmaker, Caulfield's the goal scorer, Suzuki, playmaker, and is also the defensive centerman. Toffoli again, goal scorer, Kotkaniemi is the defensive guy, and Gallagher is the net front presence there. On your third line, this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky. You're going to have Hoffman. You're going to have Mike Hoffman. In my opinion, I think you're going to have Jake Evans. I do think you're going to have a very defensive-minded center core, in my opinion. And then on right wing, obviously, he's not dropping to the fourth line. That's where you have Josh Anderson. I'm not. By the way, guys, I'm not going to go into power play and PK and all that. I'm just going to do baselines for both teams. Again, Hoffman is the goal scorer on that line. Evans is the defensive-minded guy. Anderson, speedy guy. Kick your ass. He can hit as hard as he can, as he wants. And he's a bit of a playmaker in a way. I think Evans is pretty good. You can't have 2 guys online who can't get pucks out of the corner. Jason, getting pucks out of the corner is not how you play hockey. Getting the pucks out of the corner is a very, very minor aspect in the game of hockey. Also, ironic, you don't bring up Suzuki, who can get the pucks out of the corner on that line. Also, I'm surprised you don't mention, it was Toffoli that got the puck out of the zone for the fucking Caulfield overtime goal. Carolina's one of the first defensive players in the league. Exactly, NZA. Yeah, he's going to fucking fight everybody. I guarantee you, Carolina at the deadline is going to be out of a playoff spot. And they're gonna try and move DeAngelo. They're not gonna move it, and he's gonna have a top 5. And they're not gonna have a top 5 pick. I guarantee it. They're gonna have a top 5 pick. Guarantee it, because DeAngelo is a fucking cancer. I would have loved to have him. I like DeAngelo's play. His offensive play and his offensive ability is good. And I personally think Bergevin in Montreal would have been able to turn his attitude and whatnot around. But he's in Carolina. Who the fuck have you heard going to Carolina and they've improved themselves? No one. If anything, they want to kill themselves more because they're in fucking Carolina. Nobody likes being in Carolina. Just like Hartford. Like, why do you exist? Just separate, just cut a hole around where Carolina is and just move it. Just put it as an island elsewhere. Make it a novelty. I'm sorry for anyone from Carolina that's watching. You probably want to leave North Carolina. Yeah, Joe Habs. Montreal probably matches. Lamplife comes in saying they shouldn't match at all. It's an unprotected first-round pick in a stacked draft. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. Shane Wright's the player the Habs have desperately needed forever. Definitely 2 firsts in a deep draft. Yeah. Lamplife. I take the compensation as well, man. I take the compensation for sure. I would take it as well. I mean, personally, I want the Habs to match, and I think they will. But if Bergevin doesn't match, I will be so happy. I will be very, very happy about that. Bandit, let's go. Bandit, how's it going, man? If you don't match, do you think we go up to Pettersson? No, not a chance, in my opinion. We have our first-line center in Nick Suzuki. I don't think we I personally don't think we go after Pettersson. Quip, I just got here, but we don't resign him. I say we take the picks. Quip, I don't think you trade the picks for 2023. I think you use them this year. In my opinion, I think 23 is Bedard, Mishkov, and as of right now, from what I've seen, those 2 and then a bunch of good, not depth guys, but a bunch of good, solid players. But this year, I've seen it being the top 5 can be really damn good, and the top first round entirely could be really, really solid as a whole, in my opinion. That's what I've seen. I'm calling it now, sometime this season. I don't think we can. I don't think that can happen, actually, NZA. I don't think the Canes can buy out DeAngelo this year, unfortunately. I don't think. Carolina maybe won't be as good, but I guarantee, Jason, they're going to be lottery pick bad. They're going to be lottery pick bad, in my opinion. Really, Lamp. 23 is really good, but Ard Mishkov, Dravovsky? I think I've heard that name. I think I've seen that name, Dravovsky. Is it? Dvorsky. Dvorsky. Yeah, I've heard that name. Dvorsky. Yeah, I've heard he's going to be a really good top 5 pick, apparently, from what I've heard from people. Personally, I don't understand lowballing your best player, Dougie Hamilton, into going to a divisional rival just to overpay for a guy who has a potential in Kotkaniemi. Exactly. Lamp Life. Me neither, man. I don't get why you overpay Dougie Hamilton. You send Alex Nedeljkovic to Detroit, not wanting to pay him $3 million for the guy that saved your team from getting embarrassed by the Nashville Thrashers, only to overpay drastically for a guy like Jesperi Kotkaniemi. They go from one of the... Jason, have you seen their team? Have you seen Alex Nedeljkovic being traded? Do you think Kotkaniemi... why am I calling you Olivier? Why am I calling you Oliver? Oreo guy. Maybe. I mean, I know we traded Mete, but that's the thing. He still played good after he traded Mete. Actually, we didn't even trade Mete. We waived him. But yeah, I could maybe see it being because of that, but I don't know. I feel like if anything, he'd be the type of guy to want to get offer sheeted by Ottawa. By Ottawa, pretty much. Hockey Froggy, how's it going, man? Dalibor Dvorsky. I apologize if I mispronounced his name. So what? Ranta is good. Exactly, Jason Teal. Yes, Ranta's good. Anderson is meh. Ranta's meh as well. He's been in Phoenix, so there's no real telling how good he is. And yes, they have injury concerns. But here's the thing: who is their goaltending? Who is their goaltending when Anderson and Ranta both get hurt? Who do they have? They have Alex Lyon. They have Eetu Makaniemi, who I do think actually has potential to be a pretty good backup in the NHL. And they have Beck Worm, who, aside from having a great name, I don't see becoming much. So when both these goaltenders are down and their starters are Alex Lyon and Eto Makiniemi, I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. I don't think he cares where he's getting paid this. Yeah, Lamplight, for sure. Like I said, it always could be the case that it's because we waived Mete and scratched him in the playoffs. It always could be because of that. But like you said, Kotkaniemi did it because he getting paid $6.1 million. Hockey's a business, exactly, and they're giving him a lot of money, and it's not really financial stability. It's financial stability in the fact that, like people mentioned, his qualifying offer would be $6.1 million, obviously. But here's the thing. Montreal can easily bypass this. We could, in a way, pull a Tampa of our own, and people would bitch about it, and it'd be hilarious. All we'd have to do is, when his qualifying offer comes up, all we have to do, not qualify him, let him go to UFA status, and then just as soon as free agency starts, boom, immediately resign him to what we wanted to give him. Immediately. Because sure, he'd be a UFA, but it'd be a handshake agreement. Hey, we won't qualify you. We'll give you, say, $4 million for 3 years, for example. Take it or leave it. Yes, Jason Teal, they beat Toronto with a Zamboni driver, but it's because their defense was actually stable. How many shots did what's his name face anyways? What, like 8? And he led in the first 2? Like, sure, yeah, he still saved 6. That's impressive for a Zamboni driver. But still. David Ayers faced 10 shots in about 35 minutes of play? 35 minutes? Something like that? Sure, he picks up the win because he allowed 2 goals, but still, he's not that great. Carolina can't play that way for 82 games. Carolina can't play that way for a whole season when Alex Lyon and Eto Makiniemi are their goaltenders, when Ranta and Anderson inevitably get hurt. So I don't know. The more you guys try and defend Carolina, or the more you guys try and point out how bad Carolina is, the more I kind of want the more I kind of want Montreal to just decline to match Kotkaniemi. My point is, yeah, sure, Jason, they might not be as bad. If it's 8 mil, I would say no, but 6.1, yeah, Jason Mill, like Jason Mill. I don't know why I'm calling Joe that, but Joe, definitely, man. Exactly. Like if it's 8 million, I would probably say no, but 6.1 for 1 year. I'm sorry, I have to hold my ear so it doesn't get blocked. Yeah, it's overpaid for a year. It's not really that big of a deal either. Lamp Life. Yeah, Carolina replaced their best player with an amazing personality. Exactly. Their best player with an amazing personality with a one-dimensional offensive defenseman who's not a great locker room presence. Exactly. Lamp Life. It's going to have a big difference. Like you guys think, oh, it's just what happens on the ice, but no. In the locker room, if Carolina is having a good season, then all of a sudden, boom. But if him and Carolina, if D'Angelo and Carolina all of a sudden just brings that locker room toxicity to an all-time high, they're going to be shit. New Jersey will be better than them if Carolina has locker room issues with D'Angelo. I'm calling it now. Listen, Ethan Bear's good. Yeah, Bear's good. I like him as a sixth defenseman, a fifth or sixth defenseman. Yeah, he's going to excel in Carolina. He's going to do good. But yeah, him and D'Angelo aren't anywhere near the level of top 5 defensemen that Dougie G is. The issue with me is if we match his Kotkaniemi Oshino. I mean, Oreo guy, you can't guarantee that. You can't guarantee that. Kotkaniemi can I don't know what I'm saying. Kotkaniemi can guarantee himself 2 years of 6.1. He can sign for less, but guarantees himself. Jason, how does he guarantee himself? Yeah. How does he guarantee himself 2 years? Like, I know his qualifying offer is 6.1, but how does that guarantee him 6.1? Because we can still offer him less. It's just a qualifying offer that would be 6.1. And Freddie Anderson, exactly, Lamplight. Freddie Anderson, yes, he was good before this season, but he has had injury issues. Ranta, injuries and inconsistency, exactly, Lamplife. I agree with you there, man. Jersey is better than the Canes, it might seem. So back to the Habs thing. Duran, Suzuki, Caulfield, Toffoli, Kotkaniemi, Gallagher, and Hoffman, Evans, Anderson. Fourth line. Here's the thing for me. Do you really leave Mathieu Perreault scratched or Yoel Armia scratched? Armia's getting paid 3.4. Lekkonen's getting paid 2.3. Yes, Perreault was brought in as a scratch, as a fourth line guy. But again, here's the thing. Armia and Lekkonen. I don't think you're going to want to scratch Yoel Armia considering you just paid him $3.4 million. And I don't think you're going to want to scratch Lekkonen. So my theory is that the Montreal Canadiens are going to go Lekkonen, Paling, and Armia on the fourth line. Now, yes, they could say switch Paling and KK, for example. Try Paling with Toffoli and Gallagher and have the finish line back together. But I will be 100% honest. I do think they're going to put Paling. I think they're going to give him a big chance, personally. Joe Habs, it's payback. Yeah, they said they would do it 2 years ago. Exactly. So it's not that big of a shock. Yeah, Jason, yeah, sure, he doesn't have to sign anything, but still, it doesn't guarantee that he's getting $6 million. Because if Montreal doesn't sign him, say they qualify him, yes, he can sign the qualifying offer, but it doesn't guarantee he's getting paid. We can try and validate the contract, and keep in mind, it doesn't even guarantee he gets $6.1 million because we don't even have to qualify him. And yes, it'd be bad. We let go of a 22-year-old. We let him walk to unrestricted free agency, whatever. But still, if we let him walk to free agency, for example, unrestricted free agency, doesn't guarantee he gets $6 million. He could ask for $6 million, and every team that wants him is like, nah, no, we only want to give you 3, for example, you know? And it's not another first-round pick down the drain. It's, if anything, it's an improvement. It's an improvement because we get a first-round pick back for him. Have we re-signed Stahl? Quip, no, we have not. He is still a free agent and probably will be. And then the defense. I'm going to do the defense. Goaltending, it's obviously, Price and Allen. It's pretty obvious. But for the goaltending, you got to think Edmondson-Petrie is going to be your top pairing because Edmondson did great with Petrie last year. In my honest opinion, I do think it's going to be Sherratt and Savard together. And then for the bottom pairing, I'll be honest, I think it's very clearly going to be Kulak and Romanoff, and then Weidman's the 7th defenseman. He's only getting league minimum, so yeah, they should have overpaid more. Exactly, Joe Habs, and they should have overpaid. They should have overpaid him for more years. They should have gave him like 7.5 for 4 years, or 6.1 for 4 years if they really wanted to get him. I mean, we get the pick. We could rebuild. We could retool, get 2 studs. Exactly, Oreo guy. Exactly. We could play our young guys more. There was no news about Stahl for a while. Oh, he's going into father mode. Yeah, I can't blame him for sure, Enzi. I can't blame him, man. Can Norlinder play yet? Yeah, Quip. Norlinder could have played last year, I think. Norlinder is 21. Oh, yeah, he can definitely play. He's 21. I don't think he's going to play. I think he'll get a chance next year. Here's the thing. If Sherratt walks as a UFA, which I really hope we let him go. I really hope we let him go. With Sherratt, we can let him go and bring up one of Gooley or Norlander, for example, which I'm pretty sure is what we're going to do. I don't think we're going to give him that chance this year. I think we're going to play him in preseason, but, you know. Jason Teal, you don't think the $20 signing bonus is a slap in the face? I don't think it's a slap in the face at all. It's a $20 signing bonus. I think the Canadiens are looking at like, fuck, it's $20. I can fucking pay that right now. Like Jeff Molson, if he's signing contracts, he's gladly going to, if they match, he's gladly just going to pull out his wallet, take out a 20 and give it to Jesperi Kotkaniemi right as he enters the building. It's a $20 signing bonus. It's not like it's a $20 million signing bonus. It literally means shit compared to what Aho's making on that. I would love to have Stahl back. I wouldn't. I thought Stahl was terrible. I thought he was incredibly inconsistent. Actually, no, here's the thing. I thought he was really bad in the regular season. Playoffs, I thought he actually had some good games. I thought he was a mix of a lot more. He was really good in the playoffs, but there were some games where obviously he wasn't that great. I thought he was actually pretty good. Jason Teal, I don't think it's because it's Aho's jersey number. It's because it's $20 million that they have to pay him, in my opinion. I think it's pretty clear it is what they were paying Kotkaniemi, or what they're paying Aho is why they offer Sheeta. Because they put remember on Twitter with the signing bonus, $20. So it could mean Aho's jersey number, or it could mean that it's the $20 million that they pay Aho, or it could be both. It could very well be both. But yeah, it's probably something to do with his family NZA. I mean, honestly, I'd be fine if Stahl retires, honestly. I mean, going to the Cup final, I think that's a great way to retire. Thoughts on Ryan Poehling? Wolverine, I like Ryan Poehling. I think he's a really, really good future third-line center, in my opinion. He just needs to get a shot in the NHL again. I know he got the one goal, the one game where he scored the 4 goals, but I think he needs that one really, really solid year. Really solid year where he can be in the lineup consistently. Oh, Oreo guys, Suzuki and Shane Wright would be a nasty first, second-line center spot for sure. But just keep in mind, boys, say 4 years from now, say we get Shane Wright, say in 3 years from now, who are we going to have to re-sign? We're going to have to re-sign Caulfield in 2 years, Suzuki after next year, Evans in next year, Lehkonen after next year, Drew Anna in 2 years. We're going to have to re-sign Romanoff after this year, Kulak after next year, Allen in 2 years. We're going to have to re-sign Jan Misik in 3 years, Cam Hillis in 2 years, Poehling in 2 years, Caden Gooley, Matthias Norlander in 2 years, Josh Brook next year. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of guys to re-sign. So, yeah. Wait. Didn't we offer KK a contract and he said he was going to sign it? Quip, I don't remember that. NZA, definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah. NZA, he probably would, man. Yeah. Joe Habs, as soon as I saw it, at first I was like, holy shit, they actually did it. Actually, at first, anyone's in the Sim League probably saw. I just said fake Lamau because I thought it was fake. On someone posted the link to it. It didn't have the check mark. But yeah, I clicked it. It was legit. I was like, holy shit, they actually did it. And I was just like, all right, now to find out the terms. Where's the $20 million that we're have to paying him? That we're gonna have to pay him. And then it was like, oh, all right. Joe Habs, I could see Allen being gone after this year. I think Primo maybe gets a few games. I think he's probably gonna play in preseason, definitely. But I mean, if Primo does good in the AHL, I could see Allen being gone, maybe. Quip, yeah, I think Sony. Oh, yeah, yeah. What up, Harry? Hey, Dadiest, welcome back from evaluation. You're gonna be on a team. Let's go, Dadiest. Big hype for Dadiest in the chat. I'm sorry for hitting my mic, boyos. I hope all went well, boys. But yeah. So yeah, boys. Now we finished with the Montreal lineups. The final lineups that I've determined would make sense for the Canadiens. If we match the offer sheet, it would be Duran, Suzuki, Caulfield, Toffoli, KK, Gallagher, Hoffman, Evans, Anderson, Lehkonen, Poehling, Armia, Edmondson, Petrie, Sherratt, Savard, Kulak, Romanoff, and then Price and Allen. And now for the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm just warning you guys, these are going to be very, very rough lines because I really don't follow the Hurricanes nearly as much as I follow the Canadiens. Obviously, goaltending is Anderson and Raanta. Okay, I just heard that Carolina tried to trade for Kotkaniemi. Really, Quip. That's hilarious. I like Allen. I'm surprised that Bergevin's still managed. Yeah, Wolverine, me too, man. I mean, 40 chest. Bergevin does nothing but play 40 chest. He's not afraid this season. He'll be on waivers if he don't make the team next season. Joe Habs, who are you talking about? Poehling? All right, so first line. Actually, I want to get to their defense first. I think their defense may be the easiest bit to get to. So Slave and Pesci is kind of obviously what their defense is going to be. Apparently, Brendan Smith can also. Oh yeah, I thought that was D'Angelo. No, sorry. Obviously, it's probably going to be Skahan and Bear. And then looking at it, Jesus, I don't even know. I guess maybe they use Eric Cole. I don't think they're going to use Gardner, but if they do, I could see it maybe being Gardner and D'Angelo on the bottom pairing, which is just a Christ. That top pairing is great. And then Caden, he will be on waivers. Well, I mean, Joe Habs, he's not. It's not that he'll be on waivers. It's that we could call him up. We could use him as a third string. We'll probably use him as the backup to Price, but he doesn't need to be on waivers. We could use him as a third string, obviously. All right, and then obviously Boyos. Obviously, yeah, the first line is it's pretty obviously still Mr. Sveshnikov, Aho, and Teravainen. And then from there, it kind of gets a bit difficult. I feel like maybe you could use Nino Niederreiter, Jordan Stahl, and then maybe Vinny Trocheck on your second line. Maybe, I don't really know. Your second line, I think that's where you could end up using, say, Martinuk, KK, and Marty Natchez. And then your fourth line, you get, say, Levo, Stepan, and Fost. See, that was the easiest bit ever because Carolina doesn't really have that much depth. Yeah, conservative. I'm hoping Primo can be ready by then. So yeah, KK would be a third line center on Carolina. They're overpaying by at least $3 million for their third line center. So yeah, honestly, look at both these teams. I don't think either of them are playoff contenders, but if you ask me, I think Carolina would be a bottom tier team because, like, yes, Sveshnikov, Aho, Teravainen, Slavin, and Pesci, they're incredible. That's an amazing first line altogether. But after that, like, yeah, they have Natchez, they have Kotkaniemi, they have Stahl, but like, I don't see anything that clicks out at me. Montreal, you got Suzuki, Caulfield, KK. Again, if we keep him, Toffoli, Hoffman, Anderson, Gallagher, Evans, Price, Allen, Petrie, Kulak, Romanov. Like, we have great guys that can click. Someone said that there was a rumor that KK felt like an outcast in Montreal with it being French. Really, Onion Man? I'd hope not. We could get Kale back because if he gets sent down, he has to go through waivers. But Joe, keep in mind, it's not straight up, first one who claims him gets him. It also depends on if we have the roster space, if we have the contract space, C, if we have the cap space, and also D, if another team claims him. Like, for example, we went to the Cup Finals last year, so we'd be very, very last priority right before Tampa. So if a team like, say, Anaheim claimed him, then they would get first dibs on Kel Fleury first. So, yeah. Sons, welcome back, buddy. How's it going? Thank you for coming by, my good sir. So, yeah, guys, I don't know. I think that's maybe all I want to talk about for the stream. Anything you guys want to talk about? I'll spend about 5-10 minutes up here, and, yeah. How is Henry Yoki-Haru still a pending RFA? If you want to talk about anything, boys, just put in the chat. I'm going to bring up real quick. I got PayPal land stuff in the description if you guys want to send anything. It is not at all required at all to enjoy the stream, but it is fun if you like it and you want to donate money to a content creator who is poor as shit and doesn't have a job. Just advertise yourself like that, boys, in the future. Just say if you want to give money to someone because it's fun, they don't have a job, and they don't have a job, then donate to me. That's just, you'll get all the money. You'll get all the bucks that way. Exactly. Carolina's talent is good, but doesn't mean anything in the locker room. Exactly, Young Man. By the way, it was cool seeing with you and the other people. Hey, thank you, Enzia. Yeah, Cards Against Humanity was really, really fun for sure, man. That will forever be the time. Actually, hey, let's go, Enzia. That's really awesome, man. That's really cool, man. Joe Habs, absolutely they do. Carolina absolutely has room for him. Like, Stepan is their fourth line center. They're the guy that's currently out of the lineup right now. I forgot his name, but he's a AHL scrub. He is an AHL scrub that is out of the lineup, and he clearly would be. So, yeah. Petition for someone to get Harry Race a job. I mean, NCAA, that's the thing to get me a job. I want to get YouTube as a job, honestly. Wolverine, are you watching Spider-Man? Yes, definitely. When it comes out, I want to watch it. We should ask Carolina to give a generous Gasolin. Welcome back, man. That'd be hilarious. Did you watch Black Widow? Wolverine? Yes, I did. I did not like it. I did not like Black Widow at all. I thought it was really boring. I loved Scarlett Johansson and David Harbour. I thought Florence Pugh was good. I couldn't care for it. Every time Black Widow was in danger, you kind of knew that she was going to live because of what happens in later movies. So yeah, it didn't work. The villain was incredibly goofy. I know they couldn't waste one of their big villains on. I know they couldn't waste one of their big villains in a throwaway movie where they're in and then they're out at the end of the movie, but like, still they couldn't give them any good, and they couldn't give the villain a good motivation really, aside from, oh, your sister accidentally